Alright, hey everybody, heck of a time finding my kebab stick here. Okay, this is the EPS wet send box. Okay, it's a different kind of effects loop. This is how I'm going to do it. You know, if people want an effects loop in their amplifier, then that's tough because you got to buy a different amplifier. You got to buy one that's like that. The EPS amplifier is not going to have an effects loop in the amplifier. This is how I'm going to do it right here. Okay, now how this works is the guitar microphone, you put comes in here, okay, and your PA send comes out to and that goes to the house. Okay, your effects, your loop effects, you run the effects that you're running before the preamp to the, your guitar goes into those, and then that goes out to the preamp, and then the mic comes in here, and then that gets converted to a signal that is going to drive your effects, your loop effects that you would normally have in a loop, and then it comes around into those, and then through that signal chain back into here, and then out this to the house send. Okay, so you have basically your loop effects are between the microphone and the PA. Okay, now you could also run this out to a active wedge monitor, for practice. You put the active wedge monitor on the floor, and you run this into there, and you got your guitar amp behind you, and you got your affected signal in front of you, and you can kind of dial in your pedal board, in practice and stuff like that, and then you basically kind of know what's going to the PA, and you got to think about the size of the place. Okay, if your amplifier is, your dry signal amplifier is gonna pretty much cover the room, if it's small enough, then this would be all you would need. Okay, I gotta keep my screen from dimming out here. Okay, and then but if it's a bigger place, then you're gonna have to bring your own microphone, and then give them a they'd have their dry send all set up, but they put their mic in front of your amp, and then you say, well, I got a wet send here, you got to give me another channel, and they'll give you another channel, and you'll be on 2 faders, and then they'll mix in your effects at the board. And it's pretty versatile. I kind of like the idea of it because when I think about how it would sound, it would be like the attacks of the notes would be more dry, and then if you had a compressor in there, see, that's how I do it. I'm more like, anything I would run in a loop would be a compressor and a reverb, like a plate reverb or something like that. Or there's this one really neat new reverb pedal though that I'm looking at, and it is actually a spring. It's like an optical spring or something. I can't remember who makes it. I gotta look at that again. It's really expensive, but it freaking seems really neat. That's what I do. I'd run my compressor, and I'd run that. That would be it for me. But I don't know, other people run more stuff. But the thing is that your guitar amplifier signal would hook up with the strings on your guitar better, for feedback and stuff like that. And I like that idea, and I also like the idea of the notes being more percussive and less washed out, and your effects kind of walling up underneath of it, as things trail out. So this is the way I'm going to do it. That's the EPS wet send box, and that's basically like the optional effects loop for the EPS amplifier. Thank you very much.